Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about version control. So what exactly is version control? Version control is a way of storing your code in a remote location. It's like a system that helps you keep track of your code and helps you manage changes to your code. So let me show you how version control is done on VS Code. Though I want you to know that it's not only software developers that use version control. People that do graphics, or if you are working on a particular document, you can also use version control. But in this context here, we are going to be talking about how to do version control with your code as a software developer. So first off, you have to have Git installed, and to check if you have Git installed, you just come here and say Git and so -version. So as you can see, if you have it installed, it will show here that version 2.47.0 Windows 1 or any number that is written here, but that's how you know if you have Git installed in your system. So you make sure you install Git. Then the next step is to create a folder. So I'll click here and let me go to my desktop and create a folder, new folder, and say, let me just name it Git. So let me select folder, save it and select folder. So this is it. I have my folder selected already. So and also you make sure, so when you do that, you click this source control here, this icon that has like 3 prongs here. So you click on it. So after clicking on it, it's loading, and you also make sure that you have your GitHub signed into your account. So you have to make sure you have your GitHub signed into your VS Code, your GitHub account, and if you have not done that, you can just do it. Sign in your VS Code, and you also have to make sure that you have your GitHub, you have a GitHub account already. So to continue, you just click initialize repository here. So when you click it, it's going to load. So it's going to say publish branch, and when I click publish branch now, it's not going to publish any branch yet until I create like a folder inside. So to do that, I'll come here and let me just create a folder. So let me name it index.html. So I've created an HTML folder. As you can see, this thing created a bubble, and you can notice that this color of this index.html changed to U. It added something like a U and it changed it to index.html. It changed it to color green. So if I click on this source control now, it's showing the sign that I should commit. Committing this file means I'm trying to push it to GitHub, to a remote location, which is GitHub. So to do that, if I click this, though on a normal day my own won't show that, but if you are doing it for the first time, you have to authorize it. Okay, let me see if I can sign out my GitHub. So sign out. Let me try to sign out my GitHub. So I've signed out already. So if I click commit now, it will show there are no stage changes to commit. Would you like to stage all changes? I'll say yes. So when I click yes, it is loading. So I'll say initial. So anytime you are trying to commit, you also have to give it a commit message. You have to say let me say initial commit. So let me just put it here, initial commit. Without a commit message, it's not going to commit, so you click the check mark here. So when you click it, so it's loading. So after that, I'm going to say publish to branch. Okay, I'm not signed into an account here, so let me show you how you sign in. Sign in to sign settings. So to bring out this, oh, I didn't connect my internet, so let me do that quickly. So to bring this, say sign in. So yeah, that's it, to authenticate. So after signing in, if I go back to my VS Code, that's it. So I'm signed in already. So if I click publish to branch now, so let me write a commit message now, initial commit. So when I say publish to branch, so it will ask me whether to publish to a private repository or a public repository. I'm going to choose private repository. So when I click private repository, it's going to publish it directly. I don't need to come to GitHub to create an account, a repository. It will automatically create it for me. So as I'm publishing it, it's going to go straight to GitHub if this part has loaded. So as you can see, it has already published. So if I open on GitHub now, you will notice this. So you notice this here. This is what I wrote. As you can see, there is nothing written on it. There is nothing written here. So you can see there is nothing written on the index.html. And also, yes, so this is the file the repository I just created directly from my VS Code. So it has created it, and that's how to push your code to GitHub from VS Code. So the next step now, as you can see, we've done this, but we don't have a file written on it. So let me just create something like this, a basic boilerplate, HTML boilerplate. If I click enter, you can also notice that it changes to yellow and say M. This M means modify. So if I click enter, you see, and I say okay, and let me say compare. If I will say open file, so if I click on this to show you what was there before, so this was the file initially, and this was the changes I made, but I have not yet committed to the new I've not committed it to the remote location, so it's going to be showing empty here. So these are the changes I've made. So if I come here and say commit, it will say the same thing. So let me change this. Yes, if I say yes now, it's going to commit to this thing, to the GitHub. Then if I click sign changes also, so this action will push the commit to my GitHub. So if I say okay, it's going to sign the changes. So it is after to take a moment, then from there so now that's that. So if I go back to my code now and I refresh this, you will notice changes here. As you can see, what I wrote on my page here is already reflected in this place. So let's see. So if I write, let me create like an h1 tag now, and I say, let me write uploading. You can see again, it is directly showing a sign that I have made a change here. And also notice that I can discard changes. So if I say discard changes, it automatically remove that. And also if you create a file, it can also delete the file if you click that discard change. So let me just continue and say h1 and say testing version control. So if I say commit, so you can just check it changes now. So if I say commit, so you always say would you like to say yes. So I have to write a message, and I also mentioned the other time you have to write a commit message. So we have that if I click this now, it will say it is not going to commit. It say commit operation was cancelled due to empty commit message. So I have to write a message, a commit message before committing. So if I come back here and I say updates, so update to code file, let me name it file. So if I say commit now, it's going to commit straight away. So and if I sign the changes, okay, so if I sign the changes, it's going to do that. So now let me refresh. You will notice here testing version control is showing. So one more thing, also sometimes you might maybe want to make changes directly from the remote location, the remote source of this code. So you can just click edit this file. So if you click edit file and say, let me make a comment, this is an h1 tag, and I click commit changes, and remember always have a commit message. So I click commit changes. So doing that's saved already. Then if I come here you will notice it's not having any changes yet until I click this button, synchronize changes, down here. So when I click it, it's going to get the code, the updated code from the remote location down to the local repository here. So while I wait, take a moment. So as you can see, what I wrote here is reflecting already. So also you can also do something like creating a new file. Let me create another new file. So let me say index2.html. As you can see, it's also added this. So if I try to write h1, let me say blah blah, and I say, if I come back here, you can see it's showing one because that's one changes that I've made to my repository. So I have to write updates index 2. So if I click commit now, and I can also do something like discard changes. So if I click discard changes, it's going to delete the file directly. So but assuming I want to add a file, I can do create a new file, index2.html, and click on it, then come back here and say commit changes, and I click yes. So when I click yes, it's going to commit. I will now have to click sign message. Okay, so doing that, you can see I have index2 here, and when I click on it, there's nothing written inside. So let me try to edit something from here and say h1 blah blah. So updates, commit message, and I say commit yes, and that's it. That's how to commit. So also sign changes. Okay, so to make it synchronize with your GitHub repository. So let me go back here. So if I refresh now like this, you notice the changes I made. So that's basically what version control is: pushing, inviting collaborators to your code, updating. Anytime there's an error, you can make changes remotely and it will reflect here. So that's basically what it is. I hope this video is self-explanatory. It's explanatory enough, and if you have any other question, you can drop it below in the comment section in whatever platform you are watching this from. Thank you very much. And please don't forget to subscribe, because it's literally very easy. Whether subscribe, follow, anyone, just click on the button. It's down there, just click it. It's not going to cost you anything. Just click on the button, and that's the only way to support this channel, to allow this channel to grow. And if you have any other opinion or suggestions, you can also drop it in the comment section. Thank you very much.